In 2020, South Africa was hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, and in order to curb the spread of the virus, President Cyril Ramaphosa put the country under the level 5 lockdown restriction. The country endured more than 7 weeks under this lockdown restriction, which meant all businesses and other entities shall cease operations, as well as the restriction of people moving about. This led to several businesses take a massive knock or have had to close down their operations. Trade union SATAU says in the early stages of the pandemic hitting the country, it drew up collective agreements to assist workers and its employees while the state was working on its own plans.
This agreement covered about 80,000 workers, but it was based both on the recognition that we needed to facilitate payment to workers through the UIF, but also the fact that we shouldn't rely on the state. And so employers made commitments to also cover a period of income, and we fixed an income and had protections for about a 6-week period from the beginning of lockdown in March 2020.
Workers were the most impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic and the strict lockdown restrictions thereof. In the first quarter of 2021, the country recorded the highest unemployment rate of 32.6%.
Essential services in health, as in other sectors, schooling, as well as provision of social services, took a big hit during COVID. We are still recovering from the hit with respect to especially the first 2 lockdowns.
The country went through various variants and waves of the COVID-19 pandemic, and soon vaccines were introduced and started to be rolled out. But many have been against these vaccines because of the lack of trust. The Community Constituency Front says it took it upon themselves to encourage communities to get vaccinated against this deadly virus.
We also advocated for ensuring that there is no vaccine apartheid that would come with the results, in terms of our country, where access to such products can also be based on people's, state in life.
Recommendations made will be compiled in a report for approval by the Nedlac structures that will be submitted to relevant government and social partner structures for further consideration. Nothando Makutulela, SABC News, Johannesburg.